Editorial CTV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluent State of Nigeria. I am Morno Balagogo. First, the headline. OFFA Poly ICPC tackle corruption, malpractices. Matthew KOLAWOLE promised qualitative representation at the Green Chamber. South Africa declares national state of disaster. And Eagles avoid Senegal, Ghana, Egypt as AFCON draws holds. And now to the news in details. The president of Enemona Josh Foundation, Ambassador Gabriel Onoja, has donated a newly built and furnished 600-seating capacity church to his communities of Inele-Ugo in Olomoboro government area of Kogi State. The newly built church was officially declared open and presented to the United Evangelical Church on Saturday in an elaborate ceremony attended by dignitaries across the state. Speaking during the official commissioning of the church, Enemona said that his decision to build the church was born out of his desire to contribute to the development of his community and to attract blessings to his people. The young philanthropist said he knew what it means to feed the hungry, clothe the naked, visit the prisoners, and provide for orphans and widows and the poorest of the poor, amongst others. He appreciated the Kogi State government, especially Governor Yaya Bello and his deputy Edward David Onoja, for their unalloyed support to him as a person and the Enemona Josh humanitarian. The Deputy Governor Edward Onoja, who commissioned the church, commended the philanthropist for the initiative and magnanimity displayed at building a worship center for the community within just 3 months. He charged the people to take advantage of the church to draw near to God. Also speaking, Apostle Yahausa Borrell, a US-based co-founder of Enemona Foundation, said because he has done this, God will in turn handsomely reward him. Burrell called on other wealthy individuals in Kogi and Nigeria to join Enemona Onoja to the mission to touch lives, especially the orphans, widows, and the poorest of the poor in the society. Reverend Father Anthony Okoliko, in his sermon themed "Because You Have Done This," said, God will surely reward him for not just building a house for him in a community like this, but millions of lives he has touched. An 87-year-old Mama Marilyn Borotha Johnson, another co-founder from United Kingdom, described Enemona Onoja as a gift to his generation that needed to be supported by all to continue with the good works of humanitarian service. The Federal Polytechnic of Kwara State has established an anti-corruption and transparency unit to curb corrupt practices and related offenses in the institution. The unit, which is an initiative of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Related Offences Commission, will serve as the institution's ethics and anti-corruption instrument designed to function as an autonomous outfit. Also, the ACTU is set to be functional linkage to help in fighting corruption and eliminate sharp practices in the Polytechnic. Speaking at the inauguration of the anti-corruption outfit, ICPC chairman Professor Bolaji Owosonoye, who was represented by the resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner for Osun State, Alaro Shuaib, commended the acting rector of Polytechnic, Dr. Olarogbo Afolabi, and his management team for establishing the unit in their institution. Oworesaye stressed that the unit in the school would serve as an added impetus to the efforts of ICPC in promoting anti-corruption and crusade among students and by implication the larger society. He solicited full support and backing from the management for the success of the unit through the provision of enabling environment to make it carry out its functions effectively. Owosonoye, however, warned the ACTU officials in the Polytechnic to avoid using their offices as a tool to witch hunt or victimize other staff of the institution. Also, the ICPC Chief Superintendent A.O. Lawal, who was present at the occasion, said the unit derives its powers from the provisions of Section 6 AF of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. The Act, he further disclosed, empowers the unit to carry out all the functions of ICPC except prosecuting corrupt practices suspects in court. In his remarks, the acting rector, Dr. Ofolabi, expressed his admiration of the ICPC officials for their tremendous efforts towards eradicating corruption in Nigeria. The rector expressed the readiness of the Polytechnic's management to fully work with the unit to ensure accountability and transparency in the system. And now to politics.
Every country has its peculiar system of government. In Nigeria, we practice democracy, and this is applicable in some countries across the globe, including the United States of America. What is democracy? It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the political arena, we are ready to x-ray how we play politics in Nigeria and other countries, the challenge of power shift syndrome, how it has impacted or affected the people. How can we make it better for all? Join Fatima Yacob on Melkite TV online every Saturday by 9 p.m. to discuss and to examine all about the politics and the power that be. To watch us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Melkite TV, like our Facebook page, MLC TV, and follow us on our Instagram, MLC TV 2021. We are here to inform, educate, and to criticize constructively. Don't miss it.
Kogi State Speaker of the House of Assembly, Matthew KOLAWOLE, has promised qualitative representation at the Green Chamber of the National Assembly when elected. The Speaker made this known during his declaration of intent to contest the 2023 Kababunu-Ijumu Federal Constituency seat under the platform of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC.
So the purpose of this, and it is my intention to run for the Federal House of Representatives under APC come 2023, and this time is going to be Kababunu Federal Constituency. So basically today I've declared my intention after wider consultation, after talking to the necessary people in the political party, including my political leader. I have his blessing to go ahead with the declaration. So that is why I am here today to declare that I want to run for the House of Representatives in Thank you so much.
KOLAWOLE, who also hosted his annual Widows Empowerment Program, used the occasion to commend the 30 ward executives of the party at the federal constituency and urged them to continue to give their support for the overall success of the party in the state. He said the need to provide quality representation motivated his decision to join the race, saying he has gathered enough experience as a two-term lawmaker.
They should expect more from me because while I was in the House of Assembly, I've had the opportunity to use my office to facilitate employment for our people. We have facilitated projects to the constituency. We have equally provided boreholes within my limited allowances. We have equally done a lot of youth empowerment, which has to do with skill acquisition programs of 155 in 2017 and 2020. We did 220, sorry. And this year we are going to kickstart it by the grace of God. We couldn't do it last year because of the aftermath of COVID. So, and so many other things we have done for the student empowerment, provision of jams, provision of NECO and WAEC for our students. So, but this has been limited to Kaba. You know, we've provided equally some solar lights across, facilitated some electrification to some communities, and at the same time, we've done quite a number of things.
According to him, he has spent the last 7 years providing skill acquisition for his constituents with several empowerment, noting that if given the mandate, he will use the position to do more to affect the lives of the downtrodden. Individuals at the event commended the speaker.
What we know about my country is that it's a very strong this is the least we ever become. It's a man always working and working so it's getting to the next level. So it's not I expect nothing like this. He's a man of the people obviously until we all pray
On the Widows Empowerment Program, the Speaker said it was organized in remembrance of his late mother and wife. He used the occasion to call the national leadership of the party and all delegates to rally around the presidential aspiration of Governor Yaya Bello as he poses the requisite knowledge of managing the complex diversity of the country, pointing out that his experience in Kogi State will help him to reposition the country for the betterment of all. The People's Democratic Party governorship candidate in Ekiti State, BC KOLAWOLE, has promised to tackle the security problem in the state headlong to make the state attractive to investors. He also pledged to restore confidence in people to return to the farms, adding that he will also reenact the stomach infrastructure policy of the state's immediate former governor, Ayodele Fayose. KOLAWOLE said creating the enabling environment for and attracting investment to the state would create job opportunities and raise its revenue to meet the needs for the infrastructure's development and other needs. The candidate, a former PDP state chairman, spoke in an interactive session with his supporters in Ado-Ekiti in a preparatory to the takeoff of a statewide political campaign. KOLAWOLE urged them to continue to stress values and made the party tick as they attracted more supporters, followers to the party. He said, "I am seeking this position with a strong pedigree as a former legislator and former commissioner. I am going to be people-centric. All my activities will be centered around the people. If your people cannot cheer you as a governor, you are just a mere visitor, stranger, and expatriate." KOLAWOLE promised that if elected, his government would re-engage workers laid off by the incumbent governor Kayode Fayemi in Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti, and the State Civil Service. The PDP candidate said he will develop the stomach infrastructure policy of the Ayodele Fayose administration, saying it is a good policy. Our people must enjoy the dividends of democracy. Nothing stops a governor from giving out part of the food in the government house to feed the commoners. KOLAWOLE added some parts of the state, including Ekiti East, Bonyi and Ekiti West, have been in darkness for a decade. If Biodun Oyebanji, the APC candidate who had been secretary to the state government, could not solve the problem of electricity in his Ikogosi country home, and Ipole, would he now be able to solve the problem confronting Ekiti? Imo Ovayoza Unisa, the chief executive officer of Ovayoza Group of Companies, has been arrested by the police for allegedly running a Ponzi scheme. OK.ng gathered that the suspect is popular on the social media platform. Facebook is accused of scamming hundreds of Nigerians of billions of naira. According to reports, the 29-year-old entrepreneur was allegedly planning to leave the country with her husband, David, when the officers apprehended her in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The Kogi State indigene is behind the Ovayoza Farm Produce Storage Business, OFFA, which engages in the processing, storage, distribution, and retailing of farm produce such as garri and plantain. Ovayoza's issues started when she allegedly failed to pay returns to investors in a farm produce business. It was gathered that she was kept lying to investors who demanded returns, which had stopped since last year. Shola Ogudu, the mother of singer Wizkid's son Bolu Atife, has narrated what she was told about the immoral acts engaged in by students of Chrisland Schools, Lagos. The incident happened when the students traveled to Dubai to participate in the World School Games from March 10th to 13th. Ogudu said her son described the video as disgusting, claiming that the female student involved didn't immediately know the implication of her action. She also urged parents to pay close attention to their children while narrating what she heard via her Instagram handle at o.oluwashola. She posted, "I accompanied my son to represent his school at the just concluded WSG. Shola also cautioned against blaming the school and teachers for the immoral act, saying parents also have a role to play in a child's uprightness." We're going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please do stay with us.
Malachite TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Glad to have you back. And on the foreign scene, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa on Monday declared a national state of disaster over the deadly floods on the East Coast, warning that rebuilding even basic services will take time. At least 443 people have died, with 48 still missing around the East Coast city of Durban, the president said. Some badly damaged areas remain inaccessible, he added, including 16 schools that are completely cut off. The state of disaster, similar to measures imposed to fight the COVID pandemic, unlocks additional resources to help rebuild. To ease concerns around corruption that plagued COVID efforts, Ramaphosa said the government would create a special oversight body that would include the Auditor General, business and religious groups, as well as professional associations of engineers and accountants. Earlier Monday, the military said 10,000 troops were deployed to help restore power and water and search for the missing, but hopes for finding the missing were fading. Clyde Naka said his brother Ronald have been missing for a week since he disappeared while trying to get his job as a hospital radiographer. The family has been searching every day, but the police only joined their effort on Monday. For the hundreds of bodies that have been found, damaged roads and waterlogged cemeteries made burials difficult. Protesters in Sri Lanka have taken to the streets on Tuesday as the country grappled with a fuel price hike and shortage of petrol and diesel. The protesters were also demonstrating outside the president's office for the 11th consecutive day. Protests were launched in several towns, blocking of public transport, including train services, and disrupting travel to schools and premise offices, a senior police officer said. On Monday, the biggest fuel price hike was put in place, raising diesel prices by 64% and petrol by 34% per litre. The protesters are demanding the resignation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is the president's brother. The economic crisis in Sri Lanka had meant a lack of the United States dollars, which had affected imports last week. The country suspended the repayment of all foreign debts until further notice. It was, however, gathered that a Sri Lankan delegation led by the Finance Minister Ali Sabri was meeting with representatives of the International Monetary Fund in Washington. And now to sports news. Juna Malik has the details.
And on sports update, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are set to discover their 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifying foes when the draw for the final rounds of qualification takes place in Johannesburg, South Africa on Tuesday. The West African football powerhouse, who crashed out of the 2022 AFCON in Cameroon in the round of 16 and recently missed out on featuring at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, are seeded in plot 1 among with the 12 highest ranked African countries from the latest FIFA rankings released on March 31st. A total of 48 countries, including host Ivory Coast, are eligible to feature in the final stage of the qualifier scheduled to begin in June across the continent. According to the Confederation of African Football, the 48 teams will be drawn into 12 groups of 4 teams, Group A to Group L, with the top 2 teams from each group qualifying for the tournament to be played in the West African country. They could, however, face the likes of South Africa, Zambia or Cape Verde, plot 2, Togo, Zimbabwe or Angola, plot 3, Lesotho, Sudan or Central African Republic. And straight to Europe, Manchester United, Real Madrid order condones with Ronaldo over newborn son's death. The football world railed around Cristiano Ronaldo and his partner, Georgina Rodriguez, on Tuesday after they announced that their newborn son had died. The 37-year-old Manchester United forward had revealed in a social media post last October that the couples were expecting twins. In a post released on Monday on the Portuguese international's account, they confirmed the birth of a baby girl. The couple, who met during Ronaldo's time at Real Madrid, have a 4-year-old daughter together, while Ronaldo has 3 other children. The announcement was met with widespread sympathy from across football. On their webpage, Real Madrid said that the club and its officials deeply regret the death of one of the children of our beloved Cristiano Ronaldo and his partner Georgina Rodriguez were expecting. Rivals club, among them Leeds United, Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur, also sent condolence messages. And that's sports update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah. Back to our casters for more stories.
And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MALPRACTICES TV, like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter at MLC TV1, for your event coverage, information contribution, advert and sponsorship. Please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us on Friday and Saturday to watch our special programs. Friday 9 p.m. Local Government and You, Saturday 7 p.m. Family Affairs, and Saturday 9 p.m. Political Arena. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Morno Balagugu. Please continue to be your brother's keeper so that we can build a united and peaceful society together. Once again, thanks for watching.